Welcome. Hello. If you're not new, welcome back. It's to you. So today we're going to do banana bread and crafts. So we're going to continue to work on our wisteria, and we're also going to make some banana bread because I have some ripe bananas and we don't want them to go bad. So we have our 2 to 3 ripe bananas. We need to rub this to do some butter. Knife and a couple spoons for measuring. And we are gonna melt this butter. Perfect. 76 grams exactly. Hello. We're gonna make some banana bread. Okay. Measure our sugars. Hello, Kevin. I guess I can't think today. I measured the wrong amount of sugar. Okay, now we're gonna add in like a tablespoon of brown sugar. So I sub a tablespoon of brown sugar for granulated because I like the way that it tastes. Some people use all granulated in their banana bread. Some people use all brown sugar. Just depends on you as a person. Okay, so now we have our sugar and our butter. Welcome back, Kid D. Now we're gonna measure our flour. Oops, I forgot to tear the scale. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna make some banana bread, and then we're gonna continue to work on our wisteria that we started last night. So 205 grams or 1.5 cups. Hello, Ramses. Welcome. I can go grab the wisteria and show it to you guys. It looks pretty cool so far. Okay. 208, 7, 6, 5. 205. Pretty soon I can put my new bag of flour in here. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to measure our raising agents. Turn my scale off. We're gonna pop our butter in the in the microwave. Okay. Half a teaspoon of salt. My bad. It was a pinch of salt. Okay, that's about a pinch. See, I'm wearing my glasses and even I can't figure out how to do things right. It'll turn out fine though. Okay, so a half teaspoon of baking soda. And then we'll measure our vanilla when we're ready for that. And then we need to measure out some chalky chips, maybe. I might just put them on top. Just sprinkle them on top. Okay, whiskey. Spatula. Okay. So we're gonna whisk our dry ingredients. Welcome d'aqua only. Welcome, Sarah. Okay. So now our dry ingredients are mixed. We're gonna grab our butter out of the microwave, which is now melted. Also, the oven is already being preheated to 350. Okay, I'm gonna need, we're done with the whisk. I need to wipe the counter down. It's too dirty for me right now. Too much flour everywhere. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I wish I had some walnuts to throw in it or something. That would be nice, but that's okay. So we have everything measured. We are going to first start by peeling our bananas. I'm doing well, Sarah. How are you? Peely peely bananas. Okay. Okay, so banana, butter, sugar, flour, sugar, egg, vanilla flour. Okay. I like to line things up sometimes like this. in whatever way they have to go in, so that I don't have to continuously look at directions. I can just grab the thing that's the next in the row and you're good to go. We're just gonna mash our bananas. This recipe is on the last video that I did where I made banana bread, so I can include it on the bottom of this video if you guys would like me to as well. Oh, okay. Understandable. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad that you are doing fine. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That's how I remember how to spell bananas, because of Gwen Stefani, banana. We're making banana bread today, but yeah. Banana pudding would be really good though. But banana bread will be really nice to take with us fishing this weekend. If the weather's nice, otherwise it'll be a nice treat to have anyway. I didn't want these bananas to go to waste because they were getting a little extra brown. So. Alright. Bananas in. Now we're gonna add our melted butter. Oh, I'm jealous. Oh my gosh, I love their pie so much. Oh boy. Well, the next time we come down, we can, you guys can get bananas like a couple days ahead of something. Or I can make some the day before and bring it down. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do? Prepare my pan. You should prepare your pan first. It's a good thing we haven't added all the dry ingredients. Okay, we're going to prepare our pan. Oops. You guys that are not new here know that I'm very happy in my relationship and I don't appreciate comments like that, hence being removed. Only person I'm dating is Noah. And it'll stay that way. Okay. I'm just going to trim some wax paper. You can use wax paper on the bottom of your cakes as long as it's completely covered. So just trying to guesstimate how far the batter is going to go up. Welcome back, Arturo. Welcome. Beautiful. So this should be able to fit in there. Nice and neat. Yep. Just like that. There are guides online for cutting things to size for pans. I don't use it, I just wing it. But if you guys wanted to look into that because you feel like, oh gosh, I'm just gonna mess it up, then people have put out guides on how to cut parchment paper or wax paper into different various shapes in order to fit your pan. So bottom ones, otherwise sometimes they'll have it come up the sides this way and or this way, so that you can remove things really easy from the pan. It's okay, Arturo, you're fine. You are from Colombia. I am from the United States. I know that I have a brush around here somewhere. Well, maybe it got put somewhere. Just gonna try and use that tiny little bit of extra. So we're gonna grease our pan. We're gonna make banana bread. Oh, thank you, Wolfman. Just being myself. All right. So now our pan is properly greased, and now it's ready. It is prepared now. The pan is prepared. Now we can continue on with making our banana bread. Sorry, I have a band-aid on my finger here because I have a cut. So now we're going to add in our sugar. Welcome back, B-Mac. Okay. Make sure we break up all the pieces of brown sugar. Okay. Now we're going to add in some vanilla. And our egg. Always crack your egg into another bowl, because you never know if you're going to get a bad one. Okay, now we're going to mix in our vanilla and our egg. It smells very nice, very fragrant, very banana and vanilla forward. Okay, so now we have this nice mixture. We're gonna add our dry ingredients all at once. I don't know why, but I have. Live life on the edge and just crack the egg right into the batter. Oh gosh. You can if you want to. I'm not gonna judge. I do it sometimes. But when I'm making things that I don't have extra ingredients for, like I don't have more bananas, right? So I'll play a little bit on the safe side, just in case, because then that way I know it'll be okay. But it's all personal preference. Okay, so you don't want to overmix the batter. Hi Joseph, welcome back. Lo siento, mi español es no bueno. So we have our banana mixture now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, don't overmix it. When you see the last little floofs of flour being dissolved, then stop mixing. Obviously you can go underneath and check and make sure, you know, you don't have any loose flour, but I checked the bathroom for ceiling vents before. That's funny. No, it's okay. Kathy is family. I'm sure she got a laugh out of that. No, Nicholas, I am making banana bread. Peanut brittle goes on like a baking tray, right? I don't know much about it. I've never really made it. My Aunt Linda used to make peanut brittle all the time. I don't know if she still does. I don't even know if she's still kicking it, but she was the peanut brittle queen on my mom's side. Oh, thank you. Gracias. Yeah, I know just a little bit of Spanish, enough to get me my supplies when I go to the Mexican market. Which is helpful because no Spanish is horrible. At least I know my manners. I know my manners in Spanish, and I think that's important. When speaking in another language, knowing your manners. You know, like please, thank you, sir, ma'am. I have to put a new band-aid on my finger. That's fine though. Good morning, SS Creations. Thank you, Necklace. Welcome back, Collage. Good morning to you. I know it's morning where you are. Okay, yeah, we definitely need a new band-aid. It's not a bad cut. It just keeps reopening, so I wanted to keep it covered. Let's grab some Chalky chips. When we were at the store, Noah bought a big bag because he said to me, well, then you can make more chocolate chips. What? Cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so I'm just going to toss these on top. I don't want to mix them through because I don't want a whole bunch in here. I don't want it to be overly chocolatey. I just want a little bit of sweetness. A little bit of extra sweetness, I should say. Such an American thing to say. I just want it to be a little bit more sweet. You already put a pound of sugar in it. I'm just kidding. We didn't actually put a pound of sugar in here. If we're making pound cake, because that's part of why it's called a pound cake, right? Because it's a pound of each ingredient, or that's what it used to be anyway. Thank you. I'm glad you like my tattoos. Welcome, Hassan from Dubai. Good morning to you. Werther's Original smashed into little pieces. Aren't those hard candies? I don't know how a hard candy would taste in banana bread. Maybe like they're soft caramels, but even then I don't know how they are if you were to reheat them, if they would stay the consistency of a soft caramel. Questions? Science questions. Okay, now we're gonna pop this into the oven for an hour. Now those can just soak for while we're hanging out. Oh, cool. I don't know any French. I didn't take French when I was in school. They didn't offer French. Thank you, Nicholas. Alright, got some water. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Definitely wasn't cheap, that's for sure. Goes all the way up. And around. Alright, let's... Breads. What breads? I don't know what you mean. Okay. Let's try and get you guys situated here. Are these dry? No, they're not. Almost. Most of them are, actually. Get there. Ah! It's all good. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, guys. So, if you remember yesterday, we were working on the wisteria. This is what it looks like now. I added some of the purple ones with green I took some recycled paper that I had from the birthday gifts that my sister sent me. There was like recycled paper in it. And I colored some water and I dyed it green and let them air dry. And I did the same thing with these guys, but with like a light lavender purpley shade. So that's how they look when they dried. Really pretty. And so we're going to add some more layers to this to make it more full. But I think that it'll look really nice on the wall behind us. And it makes me happy. And it's all made out of recycled materials. I used the ribbon that these came with. You guys remember me undoing all the ribbon. And I braided it and attached it to the dowel. So yeah, welcome back Cam. Looks pretty cool. So we'll stick that right here for now. Very pretty. Oh, that actually looks really nice right there. I love it. Okay. So I have some of these ones already prepped and ready to be strung together. Hi Angela, welcome. Welcome spirituality, moving motivated. Okay. Now I can hear us nicely. No weird questions, just nice ones. Okay, so how did that happen? How does one accomplish that? I sure as heck don't understand. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this gold thread and I'm going to measure out 2 lengths of it being the same. Just like that. We're going to string it through our needle, one at a time. Okay, so there's the first one. If you pull the thread down, then you can see the eye of the needle better again to get the second strand of thread through. Okay. So we want to try and make these guys even. And then we're going to pull until they're about half. Okay. And now we're just going to tie this off with a simple overhand knot so that your thread stays. Okay, and then we'll go down to the bottom here. I just turned 28 on the 18th. And we will trim off the excess. And now we're going to add on our little beads. So do a pink, a pearl, and a faux pearl. And we're going to begin with the faux pearl because it's the smallest. We're going to work smallest to largest with the beads. And first thing you want to do is just string it through, and then leaving some excess, you're going to go back through. Oops. In the same way. And then once you get really close, you can take your needle and go through that loop. And now you have your bead tied on. And so we're just going to do a couple more overhand, simple overhand knots. Try to keep them down this way. There we go. So I tie about 4 times just to make sure that it's secure. It'd be a shame if my beads fell off. I know that the paper won't because we'll be gluing it into position. Then you just trim off your excess. And now you have your needle on one side and your bead on the other. Alright, so now I'm going to add on my pearl bead. And then a pink bead. That doesn't look very pink on camera. Maybe we'll go with a lighter pink actually. Okay. Just like that. So that will be the tip of the flowers. So when you string these on, you want to work smallest to largest and green being last. Now, if you're a kid watching, you can always ask your parents to help you if you want to make something like this. Be safe when you're working with needles and thread. You can hurt yourself. How old did you think I was, Sarah? I don't know if if it's a frog or if it's a bird. I don't know. Yeah, the tattoos kind of confuse people sometimes. Thank you. Okay, so now we have all of those on there. You just want to keep them nice and flat until you put them onto the thing. Now we're going to begin to put on these little guys, which are going to look like our leaves. And then we're going to put on these ones, which are just like a bigger version of leaves, but they're not rounded, they're pointy, and they give a really nice shape. So, just like that. That's what it should look like when you go to tie it off onto there. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing again. Hello, Pumbaa Pig. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, if, some of you guys decide to make something like this, you could totally stop right there. You could tie it off and stop right there if you really wanted to. It's all about preference. Do what makes you happy. Yes, I do. I have a dog and a cat. Well, my partner and I have a dog and a cat together. I don't know what happened. Okay, it's fixed now. Oh, today is not my day, I guess. go. You have a dog named Chloe? Nice, cute. My dog's name is Aria. She is laying on the couch, passed out, as per usual. She's an old lady. Okay, here we go. Tie that off, trim the ends, and add our beads. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty name as well. I got her when I was 20. Okay, now we're going to do some overhand knots to tie off the end bead, like we did with the one before. All right, trim the excess. Now we're going to add on the rest of the beads, starting with the pearl bead, and then the pink, light pink. That's understandable. It can be hard to find friends in a different language to practice with. I can smell that banana bread right now already. It smells really nice. Oh, boy. Ouch. Oh, smokes. See, that's why I said kids. Have your parents help you. Because I just poked myself really bad. That hurt. I think people that frequently hand sew use thimbles, but I don't feel comfortable with it when I have a thimble on my finger. I just can't. I think it's just takes time to get used to knowing how to do things with them, because they're a sewing tool. Okay, so now we're gonna string on the little tiny ones. I wonder how dry these guys are getting. They're getting there. See, I have some of, this was a different color and I dyed it like a purple. Like a watered down acrylic paint. And they're almost dry. Just gonna let them finish drying and then we can pull them apart and separate them into little piles so that we can make some of those to add onto there as well. What's the easiest place to get tattooed? For me, the easiest place was like my chest right here, but also the arms are really easy. The back's a really easy place if you avoid your spine. Like the shoulder on the back isn't bad, your scapula. I think that it depends on the person though too, because pain tolerances vary between person. Welcome the best Eva. And now we're gonna string on these ones. Okay. Just like that. So another one down. Now we have 2 of these. Okay, now I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna tie these on. Just doing a few overhand knots. Probably about 4. And I've got my scissors. And cut the excess off. And then, boom. Free needle for next time. Okay, and now we'll string on the other one. Beautiful. So now we just have some long hanging pieces, but they'll look better in a little while. Okay, let's check on these guys and see how they're doing. Some of these are dry. Okay. We got that. Now we're gonna measure. We're gonna count out. Baking brain. Welcome back, Clays. Welcome back. Okay. So we're just gonna... Oh, I see. My sister played that when she was picking up her daughter from school. She was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. Okay, well there's two more little piles. We need the other stuff to dry more. But I also need to grab Okay guys, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then when I come back we will continue to work on this stuff, okay? I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes. There we go. I'm back. I'm back. Hi, Jonah. Welcome. Okay, I took a little break. Took Aria for a walk. Baby girl had to go potty. Sorry. Okay, where were we? Painting reveal? Or not painting? Ouch. I have done some painting reveals though in previous videos, previous live streams. If you want to go check that out, I have like an hour worth of showing paintings. Hi Omi, welcome back. Just doing like before where we did a bunch of overhand knots. I did about 4 of them. Trim the excess off. And then we'll string on our pearl bead. And our big pink bead. And that'll be the end of the flower. Okay, so now we're gonna begin to string these paper dudes on, starting with the smallest. because we're making these behind me. We're gonna make it more full. There's 5 on there right now. 2 of them aren't fluffed up into their places just yet, but we'll get there. And the banana bread should be done soon. Wisteria? Paper wisteria? Hi, Mr. Big Banana. Welcome back. Yes. Yeah, you got it right then. You're drunk, too drunk. That's okay. So, just like that. And like I was saying before, earlier in the video, if you guys wanted to like leave them like this, you could tie off the end and glue them somewhere. But we're gonna fluff them up and turn this into that. Alright. So, now we're gonna grab our other needle. Measure some more lengths. What are you sipping on? Welcome, Snake. Okay. Now we're going to string this in. There we go, that should help. The wind is blowing really strong. Wow, pirated. That's absolutely insane. Oh, I didn't see it. You're okay. So, what are you guys sipping on? As you guys know, I don't drink very often. I guess so. I literally never ever drink. It's very rare. So, it's interesting. I have one person that calls me soju girl because I drank once on. I had a drink on. This is water. I had a drink on St. Patrick's Day. I was drinking some soju. I like whiskey. Whiskey's good. I haven't had whiskey in a long time. I was gonna have a drink on my birthday, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm just gonna trim the excess. Okay, I guess we're gonna do it again because it's not a very good trim. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Budweiser. Hello, spirituality motivated. I don't know why. I guess I don't say that word very often since the concussion. Because, boy, is it throwing me for a loop today. Okay, now everything should be even on the bottom. Let's use more. We're going to add our little beads. Uno, dos, tres. You're completely fine. Me too. Oh, it's completely fine. Excuse me. Yeah, if some of you guys are new here, I got a concussion a couple years ago while I was working at a job. I was using the bathroom and the ceiling vent cover fell and it hit me in the head. And ever since then, I've had a lot of issues, but I have speech issues now, which I didn't have before then. So sometimes it takes me a minute to get my words. Welcome back, Jay. Hello. I hope you're doing really good. The banana bread is done. If you guys like anime art, Jay does anime art and he is super nice and he is amazing at what he does. So you guys should go check him out and go give him a follow. We are both on the race to 1,000. Not like a race against each other, just like our own journeys. Okay. So we have that tied. I need to go take the banana bread out. So you guys are gonna come with me. The audio is gonna change. Okay, now we're back. I know. Okay, let's grab this banana bread. Oh. Bending over is also hard since the concussion, which sucks. Oh my gosh, yo. That looks perfect. Oh my gosh, Jay, I wish I could give you a piece of this bud. I wish I could. Of course, we're gonna give it the old toothpick test. And she come back clean. Which I knew would, but you should always do that just in case. So we're gonna plop this on the counter to cool for 10 minutes, and then we'll remove it so that it doesn't overbake in the pan fun fact, if you guys bake cakes, if you bake anything bakery-wise, if you leave things on your pan, when you take them out of the oven or in the baking thing, the container, the dish, whatever, it continues to cook. So you should only leave it in there for about 10 minutes. Otherwise, it can become dry. Baking tips from Leah, you're welcome. Okay, so now we're gonna continue to make our paper wisteria. But we started the banana bread with you guys. Me and y'all. We started the banana bread together. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you it when it came out of the oven. And, you know, if you guys want me to add the recipe onto this video like I do with most of them, I can. If you want to try my banana bread recipe. Okay. So now, back to stringing. Back to stringing. Move my mic a little closer. Alrighty. Let's get back to stringing. Separate these. Now with the medium ones. Now the big ones. Now the small green. I'm excited to have some of that banana bread with you guys. It's gonna be so good. Okay, now a little green, or big green ones. Just like that. Okay, now we have two more. I'm gonna move our leaves up. Here. And then let's see how these are doing. These are getting pretty dirty. That needs some dry time still. Okay. So I'll just put these over here, and then when the rest of them are dry, which I have 2 more little stacks that still need to dry, once those are finished, we will continue the stringing process. But while we're waiting, I'm gonna get some of this glue off of my paintbrush from yesterday. It's just the end of a paintbrush. It's still a good paintbrush. It's not anything special, but I like the pointed end for applying glue. So we're gonna tie these guys on real quick, and then I'll bring the whole thing over here and we will begin to fluff it up. Begin the fluffing process. Trim off the excess. Now I'll tie this one on. Okay. What's going on? There we go. Just simple overhand knots, guys. Okay. Trim that excess off, and then we can trim it off of the needle. And we'll put these away for now. There we go. Do a little bit of a cleanup here. Move my stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna lay this down, but we're gonna take away half. Well, more like just the ones that aren't. Just the ones that aren't fluffed up will stay on the table. And so you can just take those and put them over here. Just like that. And then we can start by fluffing this one up. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke Riley. There we go. Sorry. That sounds really nice, actually. Pirated copy. I'm jealous. Okay. Alright, so I have just a paint palette here, which is an empty, washed out yogurt lid. I'm going to take some of this Alina's tacky glue, put a glob down here, just like that. Put the cap back on. Once I get to like this much left, I like to keep it upside down. But you don't have to. You can keep it like that if you really want to. Just makes it easier to make the glue come out. So, we're going to begin with the green ones, which we string on the rest, to make our greenery for our wisteria vines. So I'm just taking them and I'm flipping them to where I know that it's going to be the bottom part. Okay? I'm going to put the glue on the bottom. And I'm just going to put a dot on each. You don't need a whole bunch of glue on these. You can put more glue if you really want to. I'm not going to judge you. Do what you want. Okay, for these ones, I like to put a little bit of glue on each side. Okay. Try and get a thin layer if you can. How long have I been doing art? I've been doing art my whole life. I mean, I've always been creative, but painting, stuff like that, being kind of serious about it since I was a teenager. Okay. So I'm just gonna crunch them. If you've ever made wontons, like cream cheese, crab rangoons, wonton, you'll understand. Or if you've made those kind of dumplings, you'll understand the technique that I'm doing for those. And for these, we're just going to twist and then kind of make them puffed out with your finger. Twist, and then take each side of it and put it in your thumb so that you can create little viney pieces. And then you just slide them on up. Okay. And then we'll do the rest of the green ones. Just put like a rainbow of glue. If that makes sense. Twist and form to the thumb. Twist and form to the thumb. Don't be super hard when you're doing this. If you decide to do it, be gentle. You don't want to rip your paper. Heaven forbid you have to cut the whole thing off and restring part of it. Okay, so now we have a little greenery piece right here. Okay, welcome Squeaky Voice, welcome. Now we're going to begin with our large ones. Trying to separate them as gently as I can. This process can be tedious. I think that the mixture that I used for the purple ones was just a little bit more watered down. And that's why the purple didn't stick together like this. The light purple lavender color. Okay. That works. Okay. Got a couple of those apart. Let's try and get some of these guys. What am I doing? We're making some paper wisteria. So do I like Euphoria, the show? The first 2 seasons were okay. I mean, it's an okay show. I think that Zendaya does a wonderful job, and so does the lady that plays Maddie. But I do not like Sydney Sweeney. So. Interesting. Definitely did not remind me of my high school experience, that's for sure. Definitely wasn't that much trouble. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like all kids in high school do stuff that they shouldn't have. But that is definitely accurate, but I mean, personally, I didn't know anybody that was trans until after high school. And everybody that I went to high school with is still the gender that they have always identified with. Wasn't really until college that I met anybody that had something like that. I'm sure that it's probably more common in high schools nowadays, but it definitely was not when I went to school. No, I'm not from the West. In no way, shape, or form do I have any issues with somebody that, identifies however they decide to identify. You do you. It's just, not something that I had previously experienced until I was in college, and Euphoria wasn't out then. So... Thanks. Okay, so with these ones, we're just doing the same thing that we did for the top pieces. Just putting that rainbow line and then pinching like a wonton. And slowly, we'll begin to get a nice long line of this, and then it'll look beautiful. Just like you. As you can see, some of these are still double layered. They did not want to come, all of them did not want to come apart. But that's okay. It adds to the look of it. Happy mistakes. I am, yes. You know what I heard once before? It was something about Americans from the West and the East. It was people from the East will always be a butthole to your face, but they will always help you. They will always help you. People from the West will be kind to your face, but they will never help you. So, I don't know. Although, I just don't like being rude. I don't find fun in it. If I have to be confrontational, I will. But, you know, we try to be kind around here. I like the way this is looking so far. Let's go check on the banana bread. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, I've heard that, like, people from the East will, they might be a butthole to your face, but they'll always help you in terms of, like, let's say you're broken down on the road, you know, you'll find a random person that'll pull over, and they might even give you a spare tire if you needed one. But somebody from the West might make you pay for it. I don't know. I've never been to the West, so I don't have an opinion, really, on how people are over there. Just the Midwest and the East Coast. Where's my offset spatula? I found it. Suppose you guys might want to see what I'm doing, huh? And you can't see what I'm doing because it's dark AF. Okay. So I'm just gonna take the offset spatula and run it around the sides. $10 a gallon? That is actually so ridiculous. Cool, I'm never coming to the West. Just kidding. I just won't drive there. Oh wow, okay. Chocolate on my hand. Hi James, how are you feeling? This looks incredible, you guys. Yummy, yummy banana bread. I'm excited to give this a cut. Good, I'm good, I'm glad. Not that you're tired, but that things are going good. Everybody pray for James. Send him good health, good vibes. Okay, I'm just trying to peel off the baking paper here. She's on there twice, even though we buttered her. Okay, there we go. Whoa. You guys really should make this. You too can make banana bread. Wow. Wow. Oh crap, I need 2 hands. Okay. Ah. Chocolate on my fingers. Okay. Put you guys back in the holder. Wow. You have a brain scan tomorrow? Okay. Well, I hope everything goes well. It's still warm. It's not crispy. It's just, got that light layer of bake. And the inside is very light. It's not super dense. It does have a strong banana flavor with a light vanilla. And, we put the tiny little chocolate chips on top. And you can see the bits of banana running through it, which give it a nice flavor. Wow. Both my grandmothers, my grandmother and my great-grandmother both passed away from brain aneurysms. And my uncle, he had 2 brain aneurysms when I was a teenager. And he almost passed away. But his dog saved him. Have a good night, James. She kept him awake long enough for him to call the ambulance. And, yeah, I mean, he was at Hershey Hospital for a really long time. He's a different person now. But thankfully he didn't pass away from it. And they did a whole bunch of studies on him because the minute that he woke up from surgery, he wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff. He wanted to get up and walk, he wanted to eat food, he was talking, which they had never seen anybody recover in that way from having 2 brain aneurysms. And I know that he had a couple strokes as well, which can happen when you have brain aneurysms because of the blood in the brain or something like that. I'm not a doctor, so yeah, his personality completely changed. He was not the nicest person beforehand. He was really strict and mean, and after the brain aneurysm, he became just like this completely different, nice, compassionate person. And now, you can talk to him about things that he did before that and say, hey, you know, this bothered me, and he won't take it in a way that like an angry parent does. He'll take it in more of a compassionate, oh, I'm sorry, like I won't joke about that anymore. I didn't realize that hurt you as much as it did. And so it's nice to see him as a different person now. And but yeah, so that was definitely life-changing for pretty much everybody in my family to have to, almost lose an uncle, a father, a brother, a husband. you know he is so many things to so many people in our family, and he means so much. So I was really thankful that the doctors were able to not only save his life, but his quality of life. You know what I mean? If you're young and you don't know what I mean by quality of life, your quality of life is basically the things you were able to do. You know, doing chores, going to the store, interacting with people on a daily basis, having meaningful relationships, things like that. That impacts your quality of life. And as a human being, having relationships and having people in our life is, it's very important. We're social creatures. But yeah, my uncle plays still a lot of video games, and prior to the brain aneurysm, he was like do 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 like freaking crazy on the computer and with the controller for console. And apparently his brain constantly working and figuring out and solving problems. Gosh, I don't know why there's a frog in my throat. Basically, his brain figuring out all those problems constantly prior to the brain aneurysm is what helped him be able to, you know, have conversations and eat and get up and walk right after surgery, pretty much. So, yeah. I think a lot of people are like, video games rot your brain, but in actuality, if you are playing things that are pattern based, have numbers, have different things that you have to figure out, like ESO, for example, is a great example. You are going into different dungeons. And those can be pattern based. So your brain is working out to figure out and solve those patterns constantly when you're playing games like that. ESO is Elder Scrolls Online, which is it's a popular game. It's a really popular game. That was just, an example. Another example, I don't think some people have played it, some people haven't. New World and Ethereum. I enjoyed that game. And if you're playing it and you're doing the dungeons, they're pattern based. So your brain is constantly working and solving patterns. And then your gear stats are based on numbers and numbers and levels and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun if you enjoy that stuff. I enjoy it. So, but I also like being creative too. Thank you, Gorg, by the way, and welcome. I'm not a party person. I'm okay, we can go to, you know, a gathering for a couple hours unless we're staying with family. And then I want to go home. Like, once I've had a couple hours of people, I'm good. I'm a extrovert introvert. You know, like, I'm really good at socializing with people. And I don't have a problem with it. But at the end of the day, I want to be home alone with Noah. Wow, from Russia, and you have a bear? That's so cool. Oh, cool. I didn't know. I didn't know that there was a name for it. I have, Unstoppable. I have a dog and a kitty cat. Thank you. Welcome, Felicity. Yeah, I got a little appa behind me. If you guys watch, or have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you'll know who that character is. So we're gonna begin to separate these guys again if we can. Some of them might be a little too stuck together, but that's okay. I've always wanted to go to Russia. Is that Nezuko? Yes, it is! Yes! Okay, so you'll understand what this is. So we're making paper wisteria vines, and it's gonna go underneath the, right in that area. Oh, Cards Against Humanity is a fun game. I want to try that game called Exploding Kittens, but I don't want to buy it, because I don't play card games all the time, but I do enjoy playing card games, and I do enjoy playing, you know, video games, and, when Noah and I go to his mom's house, we play card games sometimes with his mom or sister. Sibling. Do I play chess? Not very often, but I do know how to play chess. I think the last time I played chess, I maybe won? I don't know. I know the last time I played checkers, I lost, but not by much. It was close. Noah and I have been looking for a chess set for a minute now. Separate today. Is there like an online chess game? Too nerdy for you? Oh, well. I don't know what to tell you. I'm definitely pretty nerdy. I mean, I like chemistry, and I went to school for general science when I was in college. So I know a lot about plants and biology and I don't know the names of the pieces, so. And I don't know the names on the board. Like, I know that each square is named something different, right? Like, I don't know. We'll throw E5. We'll just put E5. I know that, like, there's different things for, but I don't understand. My brain doesn't understand that quite yet. Maybe one day. Not after the concussion. Okay, so now we're gonna try and separate some of these small guys. Well, I know the names of the pieces. I don't mean that. I meant the names of the squares on the boards. Oh, yeah. I'm not a politic person, so I know about things going on in the world, but I personally am the person that, like, if I have nothing I can do to help these people, then I have no say. Like, I can say, yes, I support them, and yes, I wish that, you know, life was better, but if I as a person can't do anything, then I'm not gonna make a fuss about it. Okay, looks like we got them all separato. So these we will do like the small green leaves, where we twist and then form to the finger and slide up. Twist. Hello, collage. Yeah, paper wisteria flowers. I'm not sad. I'm focused. You don't want me to look like a crazy person while I'm focusing, right? Just... That's weird. I'm gonna be me. And if I need to use my focus face, then I'll use my focus face. Yay! I really like this shade. It's nice. It's a nice variation between, you know, we have a lighter and then a darker and then like a lavender. Those are pretty. Okay, I need to do. Thank you. That's kind of you. Get this glue off my fingers. Put some more glue on our little palette. I'm really excited to see what this looks like finished. Welcome back, Arturo. If you are new here, please subscribe. I would appreciate it if you would be a part of my art family. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, she's sleeping on the couch. Being a good girl. This process is not for the weak. It takes patience and time. So, if you decide to do this, just know you'll be sitting down for a couple hours. But you'll have something really beautiful when it's done. And it's a really cheap alternative to buying fake plants. Yeah, it is. I think it'll look really nice when it's finished. Alright, we're almost to the end of this one. What's this? It's looking like so far. Pretty cool, right? Thank you, Arturo. All right, another one done. I'll give you guys a peek of what it's looking like now. Oh, it's not done yet. We still have a couple more things to add on, but it's looking pretty cute, right? I like how this purple one is shorter and it stands out. And you got another longer one back there. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn cool. I love it so far. Okay, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna get off here. Because it's been almost 3 hours. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me while I baked banana bread and worked on my wisteria vines. my paper wisteria vines. Hearts to you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening or morning wherever you're from. And yeah, bye guys.